weather outside is so horrible today. There's a storm going on, so it's really not very nice out there. I'm kind of glad that I'm inside, and yeah, nice and cozy, kind of cozy. The boiler is like on and off working, so yeah, it's a nice time of year to have your boiler not working. So yeah, I left it off on my last video. I'm not really like able to explain much at all about Christmas market because my my storage kept like just playing up. I don't know what happened with it. Basically, it just wouldn't work. So I wasn't able to really like fill you in on anything. I think I did explain some bits, but it was quite a short and sweet video instead of being like my usual longer ones. I'm back again. It's been quite a while because the Christmas market has now been a couple of weeks back now. I've not really actually got everything sorted like I said I would. I've got everything up on Etsy that I didn't sell at the market. So if you want to head over to the Etsy shop, I'll pop the name here, so if you want to, and then there's a link in the description as well. On my Etsy shop I've got my greetings cards. There's limited stock on some of them because it depends on what I've sold out at the market, and then I've got gift wrap and I've got gift tags, and I got some magnets and stickers. So if you're interested in any of those things, you can pop over to my Etsy now. I do have 25% off at the moment, once you have purchased 3 items in your cart, 3 or more items, you'll get 25% off. I don't usually sell that much on Etsy, to be quite honest, because I didn't have enough items on there, and now I've got I think like 36 items, and I did have like 6. So it definitely makes a difference, because I think the more stuff that you put on Etsy, the more you're able to like come up in the search listings and everything. But yeah, let's talk about the Christmas market. I was really scared when I first went because I've never been to a Christmas market before. It's my first one. I'm not sure if you knew that already. If you watched my other videos, you would have known that is my first Christmas market. Quite a big one. It was on for 4 days, and we were at Cardiff Christmas market right in the city centre. Had a little hut, little wooden hut, and I didn't really have any idea of how I was going to lay everything out. So I kind of did that when I got there. I had like a rough idea, but honestly it was such a pain because I didn't really know where my stuff was going to lay out, and when you've never done it before, you don't really have any sort of idea other than just to play around. So I ended up having to, I did get the lighting for the stall beforehand. Ended up having to go back to IKEA, getting some more light fittings, because my sister was doing the Christmas market as well, and she does jewellery, but her stall wasn't light enough, so we had to go back and get the same thing for her so that she could have a lit up display as well, because if you didn't have enough light in the stall, it just looked awful during the day, because you'd walk past and you wouldn't really be able to see in the stall because it was like a little shed. So I ended up having to get some more lighting, but it ended up looking really lovely, and my sister gave me some Christmas lights that she got from a friend, and I put up some little decorations. I got a bit of tinsel. I didn't really think about Christmas when I first went there, like without anything. Basically I took my stands. I've basically, like, this looks awful now because everything's fallen down, but yeah, I had my whimsical cards in there. I printed out all of my labels. I had my little price tags like stuck, and then I had my greetings cards in here. And I also, I put my lovely wrapping paper on display in the form of presents, because I thought, well, why not? My sister gave me this lovely ribbon, which is beautiful with my wrapping paper, and I was actually doing some of the wrapping for her customers. So if she sold something, she would say, would you like a gift wrap? And if they wanted it gift wrapped in my paper, then they could come next door and get gift wrap, which was quite nice actually, because it gave me a little bit more income. I brought this little Christmas card thing. I think it is a Christmas card thing. And I did show it in a previous video, but I didn't really know what to do when I got there. It kind of does that, which is quite cool. And I really like it, but I don't know what to do with it. And now I've got it like here for Christmas. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I might just put Christmas cards on it because I think that's what it's intended for. So like if you put, I don't know, like if you put the cards in like that, maybe then you can like, do you know what I mean? Maybe it's like that. I don't know. It might not be for that, but this was my little sign on the outside. My sister gave me the little wooden, it's like a wooden magnetic sign. Well, I think it's for posters, but it just sort of like clips like that, and then it's got, and then you have to just line it up and clip it on the bottom of your, but this is literally just printed out from my printer because I last minute needed like a sign. It was really lovely actually because my sister's partner's family did actually give me a banner and some t-shirts for my business, which was really lovely because it's lovely. It's a big vinyl one, so it's like long, and then I had that sort of on the side of the wall with my Instagram profile, and it's like just tied up with these little things. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to tie them on the wall usually, but yeah, got that. And then we've got t-shirts. Da-da-da. How lovely is that? It's really well printed as well. Looks lovely. I'm not wearing it today because it's actually quite cold. I'm wearing my Christmas jumper today. That'll be really good for like summer markets, which is what I'm planning on doing next year. I want to get some markets done in the summertime because I noticed that my work is very summery, probably like the pastels and stuff. That probably is why it looks quite summery, but I think because I like to do like springtime summery flowery stuff. I do like autumn stuff as well, but yeah, I think it'll suit really well for like a spring summer market. Yeah, I just ran down 2 flights of stairs and then come back up again just to show you my figures. So yeah, at the market I decided to take a, well, I'm pretty sure everyone does this when you do markets and you're a business, but it's not something that I've ever done before. So I ended up counting all my stock, put them into a spreadsheet. It was over 4 days. Was it over 4 days? Hold on. It was over 5 days. Oh my god. It was over 5 days. And the first day I was really nervous and I didn't really know what to expect, and I kind of felt a bit like weird because when you're in there you're just like stood behind your stand and your tables, and then well, I was anyway, you don't have to have it laid out like that, and then you kind of think to yourself, what do you do when people are like just walking past? So lots of people walking up and down the high street. We had a location that was like sort of like opposite a closed down shop, so I guess it wasn't like the best location, but it was still pretty busy for where it was. So we got a lot of traffic sort of like going from one end of the city to the other, I'm guessing, and there was a lot of like restaurants and stuff down one end, and then the shop down the other end, and then the St David's Centre was like sort of close by as well. So I guess there was quite a lot of people sort of using that route to walk along, and I don't think many people who were walking along there were thinking, I'm gonna go Christmas shopping, especially as the Christmas market, that part of the market that I did was the earliest part. So we did from the 14th to the 18th, I believe. My god, if I can remember. 18th was the last day. Does that make any sense? Hold on. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That makes it sound like it should be 4 days, but no, it's 5 days when you count it, and it was from the 14th to the 18th, remember. So yeah, so we ended up being there for the full 4 days. It was 10 till 5:30, or was it 5 o'clock? I don't know. Some days we ended up staying like longer because there was a lot of people around, and I don't know if we were actually meant to stay longer, but we did stay longer. And you just didn't want to close up when there was people there, so we ended up staying a bit longer. But yeah, it was quiet on the first day, and then the next day it picked up a little bit, which was the Friday, and then the Saturday it was quite busy, and then Sunday was busy-ish as well, and then the Monday was dead. Like no one was out on a Monday going shopping, and that's fair enough. Like I didn't expect it to be very busy on the Monday anyway. Unfortunately I got quite ill when I was staying with my sister, because her child was ill. He picked up some bug from nursery, so it meant that I got ill, and I got ill quite bad. So it was really horrible because I had to just basically just be okay for the event, because I was like, I've paid for this, I'm not going home. I'm doing this. And I luckily had my lovely boyfriend Ellis there as well, so he was there to help, so he could look after the stall, and my sister did sometimes as well when she was able to, and then we vice versa sort of swapped. It was really handy because we were right next to each other, so it meant that we could do that. But there are actually stewards there who are there to give you like toilet breaks and stuff if you need it. Wow, it's really windy out there. This is my cash box. I'm actually surprised. There were quite a few people who paid with cash, and I wasn't expecting that. So I did bring a float. I brought a very small float of like £20. So I had like a fiver and some pounds and some 50p's, and I thought that's what I'm gonna need, because I made sure that all my products were like either ending in a 0 or 50, so didn't have any problems with that really. In the end, I had a lot of help from like other people just telling me like how to sort of make it look like a bit more warm and cozy, because at the end of the day it is a shed. So I had to put a sheet at the back of the shed, I'm going to call it shed or hut, to make it feel a little bit more like a shop sort of vibe instead of it just being like an outdoor shed. And I also put some little lights up that were given to me, and then yeah, I just tried to make it look a bit more like welcoming and comforting. Because I had such a slow day the first day or two, I think it was, I was a bit upset because I thought, oh no, this is going to be really bad and it's going to be a failure. I'm not going to make my stall feedback. And I was really, really anxious about it, and I actually cried a lot, and I felt like, oh no, this is a failure. I had such lovely neighbours next to me. They were very supportive, and they made me feel like, no, you can do this. It's like everyone has bad days basically. So the next day I went to the hut, and when I got in there I kind of looked like at it and I was like, okay, what's making it like not as approachable for people? So I ended up pulling my tables forward a bit so that they were a bit closer to people walking past, so they could like easily come in. Whereas I felt like if they were a bit too far back, it's like they feel like they have to, I don't know, like they have to go into something, and it feels a little bit more intrusive. And I also found that I had my boyfriend there with me, Ellis, and I felt like when we were both in the stall, there wasn't much space in there. So, and also it could feel a little bit intimidating for customers if you're just standing like, you know, both like two people standing there. It's like your bodyguards or something. It's like I had a bodyguard basically. So we just sat on our chairs at the back, and then I did find that it helped when I was doing things with my hands. So when I was using my hands and I was drawing, or I was putting bits of, I don't know what I was doing actually. I was like tying some wrapping stuff, and when I was wrapping things, that was fine as well. And then also like doing a bit of sketching. But I was doing my little, I was cutting out my business cards because, you know, these ones were the fail ones. So I was cutting them out so that they would actually look like business cards again. I did give out quite a lot of business cards actually, so hopefully people are googling me on the net. And hopefully I'll get a few sales. I did get a few sales after, but they weren't from Cardiff, so I was really confused. So I was like, why are all these random people? I was like, maybe they were visiting Cardiff. I have no idea. Yeah, it's literally a really simple spreadsheet, and it's like this, like that. So we've got the, what have we got? We've got the item, the price, how many I've sold, sort of thing, how many remaining, And then I did just like a sort of breakdown of all my profits like throughout the days. I think the battery's gone on it, but that was really handy because when I could track it, I couldn't always put the sales on there because sometimes it was a bit too busy, so I wasn't able to, and I didn't want to be on my iPad constantly because I thought it looked a bit antisocial, because they say don't be on your phone when you're on at a market because it looks a bit like off-putting. So I was just trying to be sort of inviting, but then also like not bothering people. So I would say hello if they registered me and like smiled or like said hi, and then I would say hi, but I wouldn't go out of my way to make conversation with people. And that's like me as a person anyway. Like I find it quite hard to be in social situations, and I'm a very much like, I'm an insular person. I like my own space. I like being on my own. I like sort of getting on with things myself. So for me, it's important to have that sort of like time away from people so that I can be chill. And my normal day-to-day job is very much like I constantly talk to people. So when I come home from work, I often have to just like come up to the studio, and then I'll just be like doing my work and I'm on my own, and I'm like, oh, this is chill. Even though I'm working, but I'm doing something that's like de-stressing me. It's just like focusing on something, listening to some music, maybe a vlog, and then just like drawing. I'm doing commissions, doing listings, oh my god, the listings took forever. It's so annoying because you have to take photos. I'm not very good at doing photos. I tried to make them as professional looking as possible. I might be able to pop some of them up on here, but I'm not very good at it because I don't have very good lighting. This studio space is in the attic, and there's two small windows. Well, there's one-ish biggish window there, tiny window there, and you don't get very good lighting. And at this time of year, you get bad lighting like all the time, because I think there's only like that peak bit in the middle of the day. I think, well, when I'm filming now, it's 1:20, so it means the sun's going to start going down soon, and it's not very good lighting in here then, and then it's really hard for me to film. I've got a lamp on actually now, and I don't know if that's really annoying actually, if it's reflecting in my glasses. Sorry if it is, but I've run out of contact lenses and I can't really wear my contacts like at the moment because they're actually quite expensive. So I've kind of given it a break for the moment while we don't have like as much money. So when we're a bit more fortunate, then I will get some more contact lenses. But I kind of like wearing glasses anyway, so yeah. You need good lighting for photos. You need to be able to like set it up compositionally so that it looks good, which I can't always do. Like, I'm pretty better at that part, but I'm not very good at like taking the photo and what angle to take the photo at. And I do spend a little bit of time editing after as well, getting the lighting right on the photo once you've taken it, because I have to brighten it anyway because it's just so dark. And I don't want to have shadows in my pictures, but I always have them, so I've just dealt with it. I'm just going with it because I can't really do anything about it. It's just so dark in here, and I don't have enough lighting. I don't even have enough lamps to be able to take photos that are like really professional. And also I take all of my photos on my phone, so like you get what you're given, don't you? So one day I'll get a proper camera, one day I'll be filming these on another camera, and then it won't take up all of my space and I'll have the issues like I did in my last video. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. But the only other things that I was doing really while I was there was I was taking note of my customers and like who was buying things, and basically comments that people might be making while they're shopping. Even though my little space was like just so small, people would say things, really nice things. I had one negative comment like the whole time that I heard anyway, and it was my coup cards, these ones here, and they went, oh, they're cute, aren't they? And then picked it up and then just looked at the price and went, oh, they're not that cute though, are they? Like, for that price, sort of thing. I was selling them at £4, and I didn't think that was like that bad of a price for these cards because they're really lovely quality. They're printed with 6 print. I always print my cards with 6 print. They do just amazing quality cards on actual thick card that's like textured, or you can have other types as well, but for my watercolors the texture just looks so nice. But these cards, yeah, they're my biggest cards. They're A5, so you could kind of use it as a print as well. And lots of people asked me if we actually had a print of it, and I had to say no because I didn't. So, but I said you can use these as prints as well. And funny enough, the Walk in the Woods card, it actually sold really well. But so did the print version of it, because I did get some prints done of that as well, and they're like the square prints, and I was a bit concerned because I thought, okay, who has square frames though, because surely you'd want to frame it. So I was thinking to myself, maybe I should have done it like in a rectangle sort of form. Maybe I could have extended the image up, but it ended up selling, so I don't know, maybe that's just me, the way that I think about it. But yeah, it was really interesting to know what sold and what didn't sell, because next time I do a craft fair, I'm going to make sure that I take the things that I think will sell. But it depends, I guess, where you're going, because I think whatever market you do is going to be different, because you're going to get different people everywhere you go. So yeah, hey ho. So my sister runs Sunny Gems. It's a little business that she does from Cardiff. She does basically all her work from her tiny little apartment that she has in the centre of Cardiff. And she has a little boy and lives with her partner, and they have a kiln in her bedroom because I don't have enough space, and that's where she fires all of her work. And she works in metal clays, and there are lots of different types of ones, but I think she mainly does like bronze and copper, and then does some like I know she did some silver. She does do gold, but it's very expensive because pure gold is very expensive. But she does custom orders as well, so I'll pop her link below. But it's all like really beautiful crafted stuff that she does by hand, like everything's made by hand, and she can do custom orders that are very personal to you, so I will pop that link below. Just wanted to put that in there because I just wanted to say that if you are watching this, Hannah, thank you. You made the whole event amazing, and even though I was ill because of your child I was fine. Like in the end I got through it, and honestly, I can't believe that I actually did it, because I've been putting off doing a market for ages because of the interaction and the people and, you know, all that stuff. So thank you so much, and I hope that we can work together again and maybe like do a collaboration and stuff like that. And also I just want to say thank you to my boyfriend as well, who really supported me throughout the whole event, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without him either. He's always there for me, and he's like my rock. Like, he makes sure that I'm steady and stable and safe. And then I feel like comforted when I'm doing things. So thank you. Yeah, it's lovely to have people around you. It's sometimes like, it's sometimes quite lonely being an artist, because you do everything yourself, and unless you have like a little team behind you, these big events are really hard. So I'm really glad that we did actually have like our little group to be able to get this all done, and it was a really good experience, and I really do want to do one again. So I will do one again, but it'll be in the new year, because I've decided to have a break now. I am not going to do any more work. I mean, I have a few commissions that I really need to do before Christmas, and then that's it. I'm not taking any more commissions on. I'm going to come back in the new year, hopefully after having some time off, and just like sort of recalibrate and everything, and because I think I really do need that, and I need to spend some time with my partner as well, because I always just I go to work, I come home and I go up to the studio, and then on the weekends, like now I'm just up in the studio and I feel awful, but I know that this is what I want to do. So yeah. Anyway, I think that is probably it. I can't think of anything else that I wanted to say about the market. It went really well, and I do want to do another one, and I learnt quite a lot of stuff that I wouldn't have learned unless I did that market. And I've got loads of stock now. It's made me create my business in a way. So yeah, it's really good, and I've got really good feelings about the new year. And I think last year I thought everything was going to sort of like get better and like glow up and blow up, I don't know. But it didn't, like, because I was focusing so much on this market. But now I think that it is going to actually grow in the next year. So I'm really optimistic, and I'm really grateful for everyone who supported me through it and is helping to support me with my tiny little business, my teeny tiny business. Anyway, I'm gonna go now, after all that rambling, and I hope you all have a lovely Christmas and a happy new year, and I will see you in 2025. Bye everyone.